Hi everyone. Today I came up with a slightly different video. In this video we are going to focus mostly on the Teams chat features. So we all know that Microsoft Teams is built as a chat based workspace. So the whole video today we will be speaking more about how can we effectively organize the chat area of Microsoft Teams. 80% of the time we spend time inside the Teams on the chat space. So you need to know how to organize the chat space of Microsoft Teams in order to ensure that you manage your time well in terms of getting maximum out of Microsoft Teams. So this video is a bit longer, about like 10 minutes plus, but again I have made it in multiple sections so that you can go through the sections which is most important for you. We will be focusing mostly on the filtering options of Microsoft Teams chat, the pinning options of Microsoft Teams chat, the group chatting, exit from the group, why is it important, and then we will also speak about some of the features available when you're sending a message, like for example priority messages, and then how can you format the messages and so forth. So let's get into the Teams interface. As we navigate to the Teams interface, as you're already aware that there are few pinned applications like Teams, calendar, calls, files and so forth. Now we will only focus today on the chat workspace of Teams and how can we effectively manage the chat workspace. So when it comes to the filtering, on the first place there are two ways that you can filter the chat. The first one is based on the chat and contacts, and the second one is filtering. Contacts are nothing but the people who we added part of the contacts list of Teams, and I will come to the contacts panel at a later stage of this video. So if you click on the three dots button, you also have some options based on the panel that you are in. Now you're in a filtered panel of contacts, so you can remove people from the groups if you find those people are not important, and also get notified about a person who is currently offline. And as you have seen, we have an option to add people who are not part of our organization if it is allowed by the enterprise policy. I have explained about how to manage the guest session in a different video, and you can see it as a suggestion there. The whole point is just to show you how easily you can add people to the contacts directly from the chat, and they will become part of the filtering that we are doing. The second filtering method is based on the filters. So once you click on the filter button, you will get few options there to choose the filtering pattern, whether it's based on the unread, the meetings or the muted chats. So let's go with unread now. So now I only have one unread message or unread chat, so which is getting displayed. And the moment that you close the filtering, it will get back to the previous, and you can choose from the available options out there. Click on the X in order to complete the filtering, and you will get back to the default view of chat. And now we have seen how can we add it directly from the chat. You can also add people in your organization directly from the calls contacts area, and they will be part of the contacts as well and become the part of. Now this is the place where you actually manage your contacts, and those will be reflected in the contacts area here. Now the second important feature of chat workspace is pinning. So you can pin as many people that you want, which you feel that chat is important. It can be individual chat, it can be a group chat as well. So whoever is pinned and whichever the group chat is pinned, that will come at the top all the time, no matter what happens on the rest of the chats. And as always, some of the pinned chat becomes non-important. When the time passes, you can always unpin them, and you can manage that pinned area very effectively to ensure that you don't miss important chats. The third tip is creating a group for chatting, and you are already aware that we can keep adding people into an existing chat while the chat is in progress, but you also have an option to create a new group chat straight from the chat groups window or chat window, and then add whoever you want to add into it. And when you send the first message, it will become a group chat. And if you have noticed, the moment that we start a group chat, it will be named with the participant's name in it. So you can easily change that into a meaningful name by clicking on the name of the group option right in the screen where I have shown it. So let's give a very meaningful name so that it becomes very handy when you are actually searching for something within your team's chat. And the number of chat will keep increasing on a daily basis as and when we chat with different people, and this becomes very easy for us to reach to the right chat with those phrases which is part of the chat groups. So if the chat is to a person, we can search with the person's name, but the same person will be part of many group chat. So if you have a meaningful name in the group, it becomes very easy to reach there without much of a struggle. It is a good practice that to exit from groups which you feel that you don't need to get notified again, you can use the option leave group from the options. And again, if it is a one-to-one chat or if it is only two people available in a chat, you cannot exit. Hiding a chat is a good option when you feel that you want to hide this information from somebody who accidentally walks into your office, or you want to hide it and you think that such chat is no more important for you. So you can use hide options because you don't have an option to delete a chat in Teams. You can manually unhide a chat which is hidden by searching on the search bar and going to the option and choosing unhide. A hidden chat will also become active or visible automatically when somebody sends you a message, which means you can safely hide a chat and it will not harm you from receiving the new notification on the hidden chats. The chat pop-out option has come into active recently, very recently, I would say like the last 2 or 3 months. So you need to ensure that you are running a latest version of Teams interface in order to get this feature. So you can pop out any number of chats. It becomes very handy when you want to read some other message or somebody else's message and respond to someone else. So you can keep all those windows open together and look at multiple windows together and start chatting with the others. This feature is also available when you're calling out somebody. So it will open up a new window, will not disturb you what happening on the main Teams interface. If this is not working for you, you need to verify which version of Teams you are using and also ensure that this option is enabled. If you don't find this option, which means you are running a older version of Teams. Now we have seen many options on the chat organizing, managing and everything. So let's look at some of the messaging options available within chat. Let's start looking at the priority messaging options. You can send messages with priority set on it, like for example important and urgent. So important will give a different look for the messages, and if you choose to remind the other party, you can use the urgent messages, which will have a bell icon, which means this is going to bug them or remind them every 2 minutes for the next 20 minutes. Use these options wisely and professionally. The default messaging option remains as standard no matter what options you have chosen for the last message. You can use formatting options available in messaging in order for it to look as if it is an email. Now, these days we are using Teams for many of the email communications, or we are replacing many of the email communications with Teams message. So you can use formatting options with many available options like inserting table, making it bold, making the letters, the words as headings, changing the color and so forth. As you all might be knowing, you can also use the reactions as if you're acknowledging the messages. The other two impressive features are translation and immersive reader. Teams will read out the message if you choose immersive reader option. Let's listen now.
Praveen Balana, Thursday, the 22nd of October 2020, 11:20. Please approve the request.
Did you like it? We all use Translate, and that feature is now part of Teams. So you can translate the language to English and most of the languages. To the list of the language, I have pasted it in the description of the video. I know that the video was a bit longer and it shared many information, but before let wind up, let me also share you some of the good feature within the chat available, which is nothing but the file management. So for each chat you have a file tab wherein whatever you shared within the chat is available here. So which means you don't have to scroll up all the way to see what file has been shared by whom when. Instead, you can straight away go to Files tab and see when this was shared, who this was shared. So now we have came into the end of the video. I know that this was a bit longer, but again, this will definitely add value for sure. I know because I'm experiencing it in my day-to-day Teams life, because I use a lot of Teams, or I actually spend a lot of time with Teams nowadays, because that becomes one of the main communication tool within my organization, and I am sure that this is not different on your side as well. Now, most of the features that I discussed today are easy to implement, so why don't you make it try and ensure that you use your time efficiently, or you organize your Microsoft Teams chat workspace most effective way. If you like the video, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also click on the bell button so that you get notified on the new useful video that I'm going to come up very soon. Thank you for watching and see you.